I know you can do. I know you can zoom in. Okay, is that good? Is that good? How does that look? Okay, I think it's fine. I think. I'm first. Hi. Hi, everyone. Oh my god. I can't see it's like right in the way of what I need to be looking at. The lag? What are you talking about, the lag? What lag? That is not true. You're lying to me. It's not lagging for me. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just get out of the McDonald's parking lot. What are you talking about? I need a brighter lip. Hold on. Fixed? Okay. We're back. We're back. We're back in business, right? Yeah. All right. No. I meant to do this. All right. Hi, everyone. Hello. I hope you all had a fantastic Monday. Also, can you believe I'm back? Can you believe it? I'm here for day 2 and I'm locked in. Get out of the McDonald's parking lot is funny. I'm saying when you're borrowing Wi-Fi, it's a little slow. Okay. Hi, hello. Feels like I just saw you last night. Can't wait for the oneus comeback. Okay. That's actually what I wanted to discuss because I think it's so funny. I think it's hilarious, right? Because here I was last night. We were talking about like the oneus comeback because it's their last comeback under RBW. And I'm sitting there, they were like, well, I guess they did say January comeback, but like it's still like we're already like into January and we had no info yesterday, so I'm like, I think it's gonna be at the end of the month. But I was like, I want to be delusional, think I could get it around my birthday. But oh my god. Can I finish my story? Will you let me finish? Anyways, oh my god. I wanted to be delusional, think I could get a comeback around my birthday, but like based on timing, I was like, no, I don't think that's gonna happen. But it would be nice if that happened. Now tell me why. Tell me why this morning when they released like the logo motion and everything, it's coming out the day before my birthday. I'm literally so we're like this. Me and oneus were like this. I'm so incredibly baffled that it's actually coming out around my birthday. I'm like, oneus come back. I know. I'm so excited. She and my love. Were they gonna go now? We're not sure. We're not sure. Their contract doesn't end until the end of February. I think he's gonna throw a fit. My cat is in here. He has a no closed door policy. I don't want to say an open door policy. He has a no closed door policy. Closed doors give him anxiety for some reason. So he's like, "Do you? You can't even see him. He's gonna get into things. He's gonna knock things over because he's mad and upset." Where are you going? You can't go up there. Oh my god. And Hypen's gonna make a comeback January 16th? What the heck? It's my birthday. Oh my god, happy birthday! Happy birthday. Brandon's my microwave. Hope they go something that boosts them. That's what I was saying too. We were talking about it last night. And I honestly just hope that they find a company that I don't want, well, that supports them. Obviously, I feel like any company's going to support them, but a company that kind of lets them have like freedom over what they want to do, both solo and as a group. So I hope that they find like a good, like a balance, yeah, at the company that they choose. The thing that I hate about K-pop groups is every comeback they do, now they always release a tour a week later after the comeback. That's true. Well, I know oneus isn't gonna go on tour after this comeback. For sure. I'll tell you that right now for sure. You know? So thank God we can at least have a break with that. You look so cute. Thanks. Your cat is so cute. Thank you so much. I don't know what he's looking at. I think he's throwing a fit. Sometimes when he throws a fit, he likes to like do crazy things everywhere. What? What did you say? Do you know Jaehyun, a boy next door? My sister likes him. I think so. Is that the guy that's like an MC on a music show too? Do you look? He's gonna. I'm waiting for him to start like knocking things off of my dresser because he wants to leave. I'm throwing a fit too. You and him both. He's literally looking for something to knock off my. Oh my god. Oh. He settled. He settled. He's sitting over there. He realized he's not going anywhere. I love Jay and he's my bias. Is that who I'm thinking of? What? Do you play Roblox? No. I have a black cat too. Her name's Binky. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, my black cat's name is Jackson. There's a knot in my hair. I feel like last year tours are just not it, except for Stray Kids. Black cat, yeah. That's true. There were a lot of tours last year. Like, there was just too many. So hopefully this year it either calms down. Well, it should, because I don't think the groups are going to want to go on tour that close to when they went on tour last year. So, like, all the groups that went on tour last year probably won't go this year. Right? Good news is, I know IVE is going to go on tour probably in the summer, which I'm super excited for because I'm going to go. I love IVE. And BTS is going on tour. Now, even though I haven't been a BTS fan for a long time now, I still love BTS. And if I could like know if they were performing like their old songs or their absolute bangers back in the day on that tour. Sorry. If I could know they were performing those songs, I would go like 100%. Even if I gotta sit way at the top. I don't care. I forgot that Suga got a new black cat named Tang. I'm sure it's Tang, but that's cute. That is so cute. I am a little tired. I do know I'm gonna do a bit of a shorter stream today, maybe like an hour, because I'm a little tired. Alright, it's Monday, but I just felt like I wanted to stream. So, I'm going to Stray Kids this year. When? You're so pretty. Thank you. Did you ask if I'm beautiful? I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can bring. What? I'm so confused. Oh my god. Good. Okay, never mind. I'm trying not to yawn. Hi, hello. Do you like Itsy? Yeah, I do. I was teasing my friend Rachel that does this mean that Suga's a father now because he's like a cat himself? Oh my god. Possibly. Do you like Stray Kids? Yeah, kinda. I actually really like I'm trying not to yawn. I really like Imaginary Friend by Itzy. Like I love that song. Manifesting long-haired Shion for this comeback. Wouldn't that be so fun? Well, it looks like it's a bit of a traditional concept. Like just based on the logo motion. But I don't know because oneus has done this thing in the past where the have they? I like want to yawn every 5 seconds. Or am I just like being a hater? I wanted to say that like usually sometimes the logo motion is like not really what you think it's going to be. But I don't now that I think about it, I think oneus has been pretty consistent with like what the concept of the logo motion is with the rest of the album because I'm thinking of like well like La Dolce Vita, right? Like that gave the same vibes as Baila Conmigo, um or like Trickster, like all this stuff. So like I guess it seems like it's gonna be a traditional concept and I hope it is, which means Shion might have his long hair back. Period. I have an orange cat. His name changes depending on who you ask. I tried my best not to yawn. He has a name. Oh my god. That's, you know what? That's our cat too. That's actually all of our animals. She's back. I'm back. I'm back for day 2. Can you imagine? Kind of sad it's just a single album. That's true. I'm expecting at least 3 songs though. I don't know what group it was. I swear to God, they had a single album, and the single album had like 5 or 6 songs on it. I'm like, why didn't we just make it a mini album or like an EP? Like, why is it still a single album with 6 songs? So, um, it's good to know that like it could be called a single album, but still have a bunch of songs on it. I don't know what makes it a single album, um, but I'm expecting at least 3 songs, at least. Okay. I love Imaginary Friend. Me too. I like your shirt. Thank you so much. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friend. True. I heard Stray Kids were going to tour after their new comeback, but everyone's hoping it'll be an Asia tour. Oh, yeah. Um, that's what that would make sense because I was like, they just went on tour in the US. Like, why would they come back that soon? You're so pretty. Thanks. I'm sure you addressed this yesterday, but I wasn't here. But were you surprised that oneus are leaving RBW? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I did talk about it yesterday. Um, but I will say I was a little surprised that they were leaving. Like they were all leaving. I think what I thought was going to happen. First of all, I didn't know that contract renewals were so soon. Like I knew they were soon, but I didn't know. Like I just kind of forgot that it was going to be this year. Um, and anyway, I think what I thought was going to happen was that the contract renewal was going to come up and that they were either all going to resign, okay, and dare I say reluctantly, some of them were going to resign reluctantly. But like I kind of always knew that they were going to do whatever like as a group. Like they weren't going to like ditch like oneus, like the group and the band. Um but I did think that either all of them re-signed and like two or maybe two, one or two of them would have been like heavily persuaded by the other members to like stay with them. Or I thought that two of them ish, one or two, would leave RBW, like not resign, and then the other remaining members would resign. And they would kind of do the thing that Mamamoo did, where they would like stay active as a band, but like some of them would be signed under a different company. Like I thought it was going to be one of those two scenarios. So I was a little shocked to learn that they're all leaving. Right? Like because I just didn't expect that to happen. Um for a lot of reasons. But like after kind of like thinking about it a little bit, and the fact that they're all leaving RBW kind of makes me think something's going on with RBW to where like they can't resign with them. Like not even like one or two members. Cuz like I said, I thought for sure at least two of them would resign and like just stay there. Um so I'm a little shocked they're all leaving, but it sounds like it's an internal issue. And I did explain this yesterday too, but like I had an inkling that RBW was not doing well. Um, well, one, it was when they were trying to debut their new boy group, and then two of the members left, and then instead of trying to like restructure the new group, they kind of just ditched the whole idea of the new boy group. And then a year later, they disband Purple Kiss, and then months later, oneus is leaving RBW. Like something tells me something's going on with RBW, and everyone's just trying to like get out while they can. um, I did also mention though that I'm glad, like it's unfortunate for Purple Kiss like that they didn't get to have that same opportunity, but I'm glad that like oneus like their contract is expiring, and so that they have the opportunity to leave and take the group name with them. Because I think that if they were in like a similar situation as Purple Kiss, like if they were like too far into their contract and the renewal wasn't close, that they would have disbanded oneus too, because I think that they can't sustain groups anymore, which is why they disbanded Purple Kiss. Because I don't think they had the resources to keep them until the contract ended, which is why they just disbanded them. But like, I wish they had the same option. It's so like Purple Kiss, like they could have had the world, all right. Single album is 1 to 3 songs. Songwriting easily was single album had 2 songs. I just hope it's not 1 song. Yeah, I mean normally a single album is like 2 songs, right? But like I said, like remember some group, I can't even remember what group it was, but I saw that it was called a single album, but the single album had like 5 songs on it. And I'm like, why didn't we just call that a mini album? So I'm kind of hoping that oneus doesn't do that. They don't put 5 songs on an album and call it a single album. I'm hoping for 3. I'll be okay with 3. That makes sense. I thought they were all going to re-sign. I was so surprised. I'm scared about what company they'll sign to. Yeah, we were talking about that too. Like, I'm just curious. I like your bangs. It fits you. Thanks. RBW is really dying for real. Isn't RBW going bankrupt? Something related to financial issues. Yeah, so I mentioned yesterday that the way it looks to me, especially like just kind of seeing it like as a whole, the way it looks is that they got a lot of like money. Okay, they got rich probably from Mamamoo. Mamamoo was really popular, right? I think they got rich, got a lot of money, but they, instead of like investing it wisely, they kind of, I called it a shopping spree. They like were like, we have all this money, we should spend it. And so then they went and acquired like 5 companies, took in all of these, like they're like pretty like sizable companies, low key. Um, so like they weren't like small like underrated companies. Like people knew who these companies were, and they had popular groups. They took in all of these companies, and then I think they like spent their money too fast, and then kind of like lost control of it. And now we don't have money. Like that's like what it looks like to me. Is it possible to have a boy group if it's just one boy? No. Might be going bankrupt, so they're bringing back Mamamoo. Yeah, and they're like last ditch effort, right? It's to bring back Mamamoo. You have a cute room. Thanks. I like Purple Kiss, but at the same time, I get into them. I listened to some of their songs, but couldn't get into them. Honestly, same. Like some of their songs were good, but I think some of them were like not really my style. But like that was just a personal thing. Like that's not to say their music was bad or anything. That was just me. I'd start a boy group with my homies, be the last one to leave. Oh my god. Do you think OneWe will resign with RBW? I don't think so. Based on like what the, oh my god, based on like what's going on right now, I think One We will also try to leave. But One We has been like they've been getting like pretty popular recently. And like they were doing things before RBW, you know? Like I feel like One We would be fine without RBW. It was more just like RBW was like a nice like stepping stone for them. So I think One We would be fine, right? They were a band before they debuted under RBW. I think they'll be okay. oneus is just I'm a little afraid of, afraid for, because they were like built under RBW. So like, take the money and run. See, I think if they had invested it wisely, I think they just shouldn't have acquired all those companies. I don't know why they did that, because they would have a lot more money if they had just invested it back into themselves. But they were like, we have money, let's buy this company, let's buy this company, let's like support this company. And now look where we are. Didn't One We renew their contract till 2029? I hope not. That would be bad. Well, they debuted and well, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't keep up with One We enough to know. I hope oneus doesn't sign to the same company as the boys. Okay. Aside from all of the crazy things that's happening with the boys' company, because that's also Big Hyun's company. That's the one he signed into. And like with like ignoring all of the things that are going wrong, wouldn't that be really insane? Wouldn't that be crazy? If oneus was under the same company as Big Hyun, I think I would just cry. I would cry for days and days and days. Now, luckily, I don't think that's gonna happen because if anyone has seen the recent news about that company, like I just feel like oneus would not want to be under that company or have to deal with any of that. Valid. But that would be really exciting. I would be so... Oh my god. It would be so fun. BTS is just jump scares at this point because all I hear is Jungkook having people at his house that he's randomly dating. Oh my god. Now I'm doing talking about disbanding and now a comeback. This is so true. That is so true. We'll suggest K-pop shorts and I feel bad when I skip them. Feels like, wow. It's okay. As long as you're not skipping the oneus ones, I think you will be fine. You'll be fine. You want me to be happy? You don't want me to make up your mind? That's so true. That is so true. What do you mean stop being dramatic? Don't say that. Don't be mean to people in chat. I'm gonna ban you. oneus is owned by Umbrella Corporation, but kind of. Well, at first they weren't, but then, like I said, RBW got money. Decided to go on a shopping spree. Just searched it. They did renew their contract for 5 more years. It's 2029. Okay, well... I hope that works out for them. I mean, okay. To be fair, RBW can't disband One We. Because they were a band before that. So, if, like, things go entirely wrong, they could just, like, end the contract early, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure when they re-signed that contract, they didn't know things were going so bad. To be fair, I could be just saying, like, complete false rumors, and they might not be bankrupt. But it's just such a strange series of events that's happening all at once that makes me, like, think that they probably could be. You know what I mean? Yeah, you tell him. You tell him. We can be excited for the things we like, okay? It's not called being dramatic. What the heck happened to my hair? Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop talking bad about BTS. What the heck? Nobody said anything bad about BTS. Nobody said anything bad. It was just facts. Okay. I love BTS too, but like, I'm not gonna pretend that there's like nothing going on with them right now. Okay, that's just crazy. Oh, anyways, so all that to say, oneus is having oneus is having a comeback soon. No fan wars in the chat. That is so true. We're not even here to talk about BTS. We're here to talk about oneus. Excuse me. Speaking of oneus, they're having a comeback the day before my birthday. I cannot believe. It was so baffling to read that this morning. I'm like in the middle of getting ready. Oh. I'm in the middle of getting ready and I see the date. I wasn't surprised at like because all I saw was logo motion. I'm like, okay. Like it's finally time, right? Like not a surprise at all. But the first thing that I looked for was like what day is it coming out? And when I tell you I saw it was the day before my birthday, after I had just said. It's just funnier that I was talking about it yesterday and how I thought that there was no way that it would be the week of my birthday. Like I just thought there was absolutely no way, and I stood corrected. Okay. They got me. I never said anything bad. I was just explaining. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You were just stating facts. That's just what happened. It's a safe space. Exactly. Safe space if you're nice about it. What's the oldest I can be to still be into K-pop? Mid-30s, or can I max out at mid-50s? I think you can be any age. I think where it starts to become a little weird is like how... Is this hater energy if I say it's the way that you express yourself at certain ages that makes it a little strained? Like, I'm all for it, loving and appreciating things at any age, but I do feel like there comes a point where we need to like tone it down. Okay, when you got like a 33-year-old acting like a 19-year-old at K-pop concerts, it's crazy and strange. Now, if they were like there and like they were just, I don't want to say acting their age, but like, you know, the way like they're kind of just a little bit more chilled out. They're there for like the vibes, like that. I don't know. It just comes with age, I feel. Then it's fine. Like you can tell when people are at a concert to actually enjoy the concert and be there for the experience. But you can also tell when there are people there that are there for like strange reasons. So I think that's where it becomes weird. But like, you can be into anything at any age as long as you know the limits. By the way, One Way's having a comeback too on the 14th. I heard, I saw. I didn't know it was the 14th. I thought it was the end of the month. But I thought that was crazier too. Isn't that crazy? Why all this stuff is happening at the same time? I think this is my year. This has got to be my year, right? Okay, as much as I love EXO, I am a little mad at the whole situation happening. So like I hate to say I'm not as excited for their comeback. I want to be because it's their first comeback as like a group in such a long time. And I want to be so excited, but like all this stuff that's been going on, it's been making me like not that excited. But I can't put aside the fact that I'm still an EXO fan, okay? And so like their album is coming out on January 19th. I think it's the 19th. And then One Us is coming out on the 20th. And then Baekhyun is having a concert that I'm going to on the 17th. And then One Wee is... There are so many things happening at the same time, and it's like, I think this is for me. I think this is like literally like it's all aligning for me. I remember through TikTok, I commented something about J-Hope, how everyone hated him back then. He was getting hate, and he almost wanted to leave the group at the time, and I got yelled at for not being a real fan. Sometimes fans are so sensitive for anything they hear that come out. Okay, but that's true though. because I remember, so like it was like, I'm sure it was before that too, but especially in like 2015, 2016, a lot of people were hating on J-Hope, not for anything other than the fact that, I don't know. A lot of people used to say he was like a visual whole, which I never saw. J-Hope has always been kind of attractive to me. And so I was like seeing all these people, like he was like not a popular member at all. And like me in my heart, I felt bad. And so I became a J-Hope fan because again, like I didn't see what everyone else was talking about. I'm like, this guy's great to me. And so I low key became a J Hope fan. And I've been a J Hope fan like since then, like since 2015. But like low key. Because Jimin was my main bias, but like J Hope was always like number two. Because I just love that guy. And I still love that guy. He's my fave. I know tons of 50 plus Bad Bunny fans, so I think there's still hope for me to get in my K-pop group. Okay, true. Yeah, you can be any age. Like I said, you just, if as long as we're not acting weird about it, then it's fine. Honestly, I feel the same way about XO. We got layback, but at what cost? I know! That's literally like what I say every time I see content with Lay in it. I'm like, I'm so glad that Lay's back. He hasn't been with XO, has like done anything with XO since 2016. I have prayed for this day for 10 years that Lay would come back and do something with XO. Well, he was in the album. He was in one of their albums. What album was he in? Is it Don't Fight the Feeling? That sounds right, but that sounds wrong. Like his voice was in there, but he wasn't like in the music video or anything. And so like that don't count. But this one he's like doing the full like music video, songs, all this stuff, right? I've been praying for this day forever, but at the same time, Big Hyun is my man. All right, that's my number one. And the fact that he's not in the group along with like Chen and Xiumin, like that's crazy. You know, like it doesn't feel complete. Like I don't care what anyone says, it doesn't feel complete to me. And I don't like it. And so like I want to be excited so bad for EXO, but I'm also just mad at the same time. It's just it's a crazy place to be in. Okay. They said I was lying, and they said if J-Hope told me himself about that, and I was like, it's literally in like, like if you read up on anything about BTS around that time, like it would say that. I remember that comment that when I said there was a war that lasted an hour of replies to my, oh my god, to my messages, the fact about how I'm just making this up about J-Hope. That's crazy. That is crazy. He made an appearance in Don't Fight the Feeling MV. So it was Don't Fight the Feeling, but you CGI'd shoot his part. Yeah, like he wasn't like actually there. Like he filmed it on his own and then sent his like his video or whatever to SM to put in. So like he wasn't actually there with them. And so I don't really count that. Like yeah, he was in the songs, but like he wasn't there, so it doesn't count. I know, but he's finally back. But now we don't have CBX. I'm distraught. Oh. I'm talking too much for him. I feel like I've seen you open a door before. I feel like you know how to open doors. He's acting like he doesn't know how to open doors all of a sudden. Like I haven't watched him do it. Fine, no. He's so funny. He walks into the dark hallway and like he just disappears. Like I can't see him as soon as he steps into the shadows. So I don't know where he went. He walked outside and just left. CBX was iconic. I know. I love CBX actually. I'm such a huge fan. They put out two amazing albums and dipped. I know. Well, did you hear they're actually going to have a comeback this year? Um this is why like things are going so wrong in EXO land, okay? In the EXO-L fandom. So the whole dilemma, the problem issue happened with like EXO and then CBX about the upcoming comeback. And I'm seated. I know, same. Anyway, so like after that whole thing happened, their company, CBX's company, kind of released like this timetable for the year for CBX. And they were like, yeah, they're gonna have like a comeback in the first half of the year. They're also gonna do a performance in some like somewhere in Asia as CBX. But everyone noted how like on the poster, so it's like, says it's gonna be CBX, it only says CBX. Like all of a sudden, it doesn't say XO CBX, it just says CBX. So everyone is like, we're like, oh no, like what does that mean? Because before that whole like dilemma happened, um, with the upcoming album, like CBX always made it a point to like mention how they're like, yeah, we're XO members, like we're XO CBX, like we love XO, XOLs, all this stuff. Because even when I went to Baekhyun's tour over the summer, um, he that's like in the what you can bring to the venue, and like at the bottom it was like the only light sticks that are allowed are the XO light sticks. I'm like, I finally got to put my XO light stick to use. Okay, I've had it for so long. I finally got to put it to use. But now, right, I'm going to his concert next Saturday. I'm like, am I allowed to take the light stick? Like, is that acceptable? And he calls the fans Aries, which is just XOL. He just calls them L's, but like, you know, he calls them that, but like that's the XOL fandom name. So everyone's like, can he like say that now if like they're not associating with XO anymore? Like, what is going on? And I don't know. I can't tell if I'd feel sad about it. I feel like XO has sort of been like, they haven't been a full group for such a long time to me that it's like not it's not something that like makes me like emotional anymore. So like if that was to happen, say like CBX, it was just like, all right, well, we'll just go be CBX without XO and just became their own thing. It wouldn't like bother me, I think, as much as it maybe would have back in the day. But that's kind of sad because that's like EXO. They're like my first K-pop group, and here I am. I'm like, I wouldn't be sad about it if that happened. Oh god. I used to have a playlist of all K-pop groups, took my time, made it alphabetical order, and I was like, I don't need this many groups in my life. Remove the playlist from my YouTube. Oh my god, I haven't heard Six in forever. CIX Six? Well, they're pretty good too. That is true. That is true. I wonder what they're up to. I wonder what they're up to. Yeah, I don't know. I love EXO. It's just I had somebody, well, I didn't. I think I seen a TikTok or like an Instagram reel or maybe even a tweet. Somebody put it into the perspective of like the first K-pop group you get into, like it's okay after a while if you like, I don't want to say fall out of being a fan. Maybe you do entirely, but like you just kind of like don't, you're not like as much of a fan as you were at the beginning. And a lot of the time it's because you end up finding a new group to like be a fan of and stay in. And so it's like it's not that you're really like that you don't love that first group anymore. It's just you think about them in like the terms of like that first group that you liked was considered like your first love. But a lot of the times we don't like love our first loves like forever, like we probably will, like a part of our heart will always, but like you don't actively love them for your rest of your life. most of the times people move on. And so it I think it helped me like really be okay with the fact that like even though I love EXO because they were the first K-pop group I ever got into, these days I don't love them that much anymore. Um, and I think I realized this like a year ago when I realized that I actually I like oneus more than I like EXO, which is crazy. Which is so crazy. If you told me that 10 years ago, be like, you will love a group more than you love EXO, I would be like, you're lying to me. You're absolutely lying to me. I think you're just saying that for the laughs, and it's not funny. But here I am. I'm like, yeah, I do. I wonder if Six will renew with C9. They also debuted in 2018. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think they will. Um, like I kind of just don't think that they will. Um, because of the whole thing with Jin Young. Because C9 kicked Jin Young out of the company and the group. And like Six, they're like pretty good friends. Like they became friends after a while, like pretty good friends. And so, but like they couldn't do anything about C9 kicking out Jin Young. Like they can't. They're contract bound. And so I think they're kind of just doing um what C9 is like. They're kind of just like C9's like do this and they're like okay and then they'll do it and then like not try to like push further or anything. They're probably just waiting for their contracts to expire so they can leave. And so that's what I think is like happening. Um so I feel like they will. I feel like they will leave their company this year. I left most fandoms when I removed the playlist, so I just focused on the ones that I stand more. You know what? And that's okay. Do you like Cat's Eye? Yeah, kind of. TXT will always be my number one, no replacements. You know what? And that's okay too. Sometimes you do, like, you just love the group that you, like, first got into for, like, forever and ever and ever, and that's okay. But I do think a lot of people, especially, like, older K pop fans, like, when we get into K pop, we, like, started with a group that it's, like, they're, like, 14 years old now. You know, and groups at that part in their career, they don't really do as much anymore. They don't do much, and it's, like, not to say it's hard to stand a group that doesn't do that much, but like you do tend to find like other artists and stuff to like in the meantime. Hi. Cat's Eye, I love my biases are two people if anyone wants to guess. In Cat's Eye, is it Sophia and Yoonchae? I first got into BTS. BTS got me here, but I just made my TX. Oh, I just made TXT my favorite. They were in the second group that I found after BTS. Oh my god. So you're more in the boat of you love your second group now more than you like your first. No, not them. Oh my god. Is it Manon and Megan? I'm deeply sad when Raven had to leave one or leave oneus. You know what? At the time I was. At the time I was. Okay. I will say though, I think it's just like um what's the saying? It's pretty much like so much time has passed that I kind of just don't care anymore. Like obviously like when it happened I was so distraught. I was like what the heck? I can't believe this. This is crazy. How could this happen to one of us? Like this they don't deserve to be going through this at all. I was mad for them. But like it's been what 3 years since he left the group. It's been a long time. Okay? Um and so I think now I'm kind of just like yeah, there was a point when he was in the group and now he's not, and that's just how it is, you know. Manon is right, but not Megan. Is it Laura? I don't miss him, TBH. That's me being messy. Okay, no, that's kind of what I'm like. That's sort of like how I am. But I feel like I don't think I've ever well, because like even when he left the group, I don't really know. I'm trying to think. I do know, like, as soon as he left the group, I started trying to like drill it into my head. Um, that like that's just like how things are now. Like there's nothing that can be done. Um, and so I immediately like was like, like we appreciate the time he was in the group, but now he's not. So we need to focus on that. Like he's not in the group anymore. Um, and it's just that's just how we live. How long have you been a lesbian, stud? Do I look like a stud to you? Excuse me? Oh, Daniela. I can't believe I went through everyone except Daniela. I don't know why. It just wasn't giving Daniela. I saw his stands bringing him up again recently. People wishing he would rejoin with us. Oh my god. Okay, so my sister told me that because she likes to joke around too. I don't know if I told. I'm sure I told the story before. What was that noise? I'm sure I've told the story before, but when I went to the tour right this past year, they had the fan sign option. Um, So I took my old oneus light stick, like the pen light. Like before we had an official light stick, I had a pen light. And their pen light was like from a Japan concert they did in like 2019 or something. Because I ordered it after that, like on eBay. And so it was from like one of their concerts in Japan, and the pen light like had all of their names on it. But this is obviously back in 2019, so it has all of their names on it. And so I like had this pen light for a long, long time, and like they're like, you get to go through a fan sign. I'm like, what should I take? Crazy enough, I found this pen. Like I didn't know where this pen light was for a long time, and all of a sudden it popped back up right before the fan sign. So I took it. I was like, I should get it signed. I think this would be funny. Um, and so that morning of the concert, I remember I'm sitting there. I'm like, I should take this through. My sister was like, "Are you gonna take it though with Raven's name on it?" And I'm like, well, I don't know how to like get it off. I don't want to cut it out because it's gonna mess up the paper and all this stuff. Like, I don't know what to do. Anyway, she was like, we should cover the name, and see what they do. Now, mind you, this is after One Us had already been messy with the whole like putting stickers on Raven's face, like on Raven's face on the posters. Okay, they keep trying to drill it into your head. They're like, we're five members, we don't like six, like all this stuff, right? And so my sister thought it'd be funny if we like went, had Raven's name blocked out on the pen light, and took it in the fan sign and see what they would do. She's crazy, but it was funny, right? Because we go through the fan sign and all of the members are signing it. And she said, because I was behind her, but I was getting something else signed. So she took my light stick through, and she said that like Shion like laughed, like he opened the paper, saw that the name was blocked out, and he laughed, and then he signed like his words. And she said Hwanung like looked at it and was like, "Oh," and went on to sign. It was so funny, right? Um. Anyway, so she kind of knows, right? She knows we're like not really Raven fans in this house anymore. I will say. Um. I feel like this is a whole different like topic dilemma, because I used to be I don't want to say I was kind of a Raven fan, but like it was like I didn't like hate him, I guess. I don't want to say I hate him right now. I just really don't like him right now. Uh, but like a year or two ago, maybe 2 years ago, I was not really that big of a hater, but I am now. But it's just because like I don't like the way he acts. My God, I don't like the way he acts. And so we're kind of like anti-Raven. And anyway, so she messages me and she was like, she sent me the article and of like one of us like leaving RBW in February. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I don't know what I said. I think she talked about, she was like, what if Raven rejoins? And I said, if he rejoins, I'm unstanding one of us. I'm gonna be so completely honest with you. If he joins back in the group, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I'm so sorry. I'm deactivating everything that I have attached to oneus. I'm not talking about them ever again. It would make me so incredibly upset. Like on the like I don't it's not going to happen. And I'll tell you why it's not going to happen. Well, I guess I kind of did. Like oneus themselves, they keep mentioning how like they keep trying to like rub it in your face that they're like 5 members. They're like 5 members. 5 like they're just like they're putting it in your face, which kind of makes me think like that's just not going to happen. But like in the 0.01% chance that that did happen, I would have to unstand oneus. Hate to tell you, I'm sorry. Like nothing could save. Even though I know I say I love oneus like the bottom of my heart, but that would just like that'd be an ultimate betrayal. I don't take betrayal lightly. Okay, it would be so betrayal vibes. I would just be mad. Well, you watched Daniela on America's Got Talent? Oh my god, that's so fun. It's almost been 4 years now. At some point, it must be tiring to harp on the same thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like crazier now that like he has not only. I mean, he can have fans. They can go like be fans over there. It's just crazy that they keep trying to relate it to one us. Like, move on. It's been like so long. It's just goofy. One-Us are so messy. I'm so here for it. I know. I love One-Us. I love how petty they are when it comes to like Raven and that whole situation. They're so petty and it's so funny. It still makes me annoyed that people ask, do you know this group? Do you know that group? Still to this day. Oh yeah, true. Clock the delusional Raven stands. I mean, honestly, I think if I was a little more into it, I would argue with Raven stands on Twitter like every day because it would be funny. Actually, one of my favorite moments last year was I was making a little joke, right? I think I told you guys anyway, but I made a little joke because in the Dear M album, one of the back of the photo cards, one of the photo cards like looks like my tattoo. It's like kind of laid out the same way, and I was like, twin, like like I'm just it's for the laughs, obviously, and so I'm like, oh my god, twin. Now, to be fair, I guess I did bring up the Raven stands like unprompted. Nobody asked, but I brought them up anyway. And I made a tweet and I said when Raven fans thought that because it was a rose on the back of that photo card. And all the Raven fans, as soon as that photo card like saw the back of it, they're like, it's a rose. See, that means it's for Raven. And so I made the joke. I was like, all the Raven fans thought it was for him when really it was because of me. It was for the laughs. Truly for the laughs. And all of the Raven fans started replying to my tweet. They were quote retweeting my tweet. They were calling me delusional. They said, look, this person is so delusional. They think that this photo card is about them. I'm like, I hate to tell you, we're like on the same team right now because you think that this photo card was based off of a member that left 2.5 years ago. Like I really don't think like you're one to be talking right now. Like I'm not the one you should be like running into the ground. We're already there. Like hello. It was hilarious to me though. It was so hilarious. And like I remember I was having like the time of my life. I'm responding to all these like Raven fans. They're calling me delusional. They're calling me crazy. They're saying like, "Oh my god." Or like some people are mad because I brought up Raven unprovoked. Or like the Raven fans unprovoked. And I'm like, "Yeah." And what about it? But it also, I think everything they were saying was giving projection to me because it's everything that like fans, One Us fans, OT5 fans say to the Raven fans all the time. And so they got this one chance to say it to somebody else, so they were just like throwing it back. And like I know you learned this like yesterday because somebody was like being mean to you or something. I don't know. It was just so funny. But I would argue with him. I think if I had not only a little bit more time, but like if I was just a little bit more unhinged, I would argue with them all the time. You're not talking about One Us. You not talking about oneus, I think that you're possessed by a demon, girl. Okay, would that be sad though? That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's gonna happen. I trust oneus with my life. Is that a bit extreme? I trust oneus a lot. I don't think that they would do that. I don't think that they would like bring him back into the group and then be like, surprise, we're oneus again. Like, you know, like pre 2022. But if they did do that, I really hate to say I would have to unstand. Like I would not. You'd probably just never see me again. Like oneus takes up like so much of my life. I have to get rid of all this, and I would. Crazy. You sleep with what? Huh? I got blocked by one Raven stan and just laughed like, okay, whatever, they can't handle the truth. Yeah, see, that's the funny thing too, is that they just block you. It's like you want to say all this stuff and then someone says it back to you and you're going to block them. You're ridiculous. But you were saying earlier that Shion might have long hair back. I've waited so long. That's what I think, because it seems like it's a traditional concept. So I think he would probably have long hair. It just makes sense. Me being a Shion bias, I want this to be true about long hair returning. I feel, I'd say that I'm like 56% sure. Just, yeah. Can you imagine? Wait. No. Okay, never mind. I thought I had a good idea, but I don't think it's a good idea. Because, like, if their vibe is traditional concept, they obviously want to have, like, natural hair colors. Like, they can't, you know? It feels more, it fits the concept more if they had natural hair colors. I started thinking, like, what if he had blonde hair with the blonde extensions? But I don't think that fits traditional. That gives some other kind of vibe. But that would be so fun. They should put, no. I don't know. I don't know what would spice that up. I'm pretty sure everyone just had dark hair back in the day. I want that photo card now. That's so true. That is so true. What time is it? Oh my god, it's 10:30. All right, team. I think I will be live for 5 to 10 more minutes, and then I will end the stream for the night. I did say it was gonna be a short stream because I'm a little tired. I do have a slight headache, and I don't know why. I like slept. I slept pretty well last night. Long purple hair. That's why I was like, they could put like highlights in it and have it be like a color. That would be fun. That would be really fun. I don't know. I'm a little excited. It is only a single album. And dare I say, I feel like Soho's not going to be in it. But unless unless he is, I actually would really, that would be really fun. That would be really fun if Soho was in it. At least one song. You know? Let me just start thinking about it now. I hope Soho's in that one song at least. Please. Please. You're actually live today? I thought you weren't. Yeah. I did a surprise. Not surprise stream, but like day two. Day two, I'm here. What if they mix colors like black hair with purple highlights? That's what I was thinking. Like, I think if they put like some dark highlights in it, then it would still fit the vibe. I was gonna say blonde highlights, but I think he put blonde highlights in the extensions, in the Road to Kingdom finale. I'm pretty sure it had blonde highlights at the ends. So, and that was a vampire concept, so like they can't do it for traditional concept. And it's long. Yeah. That is so true. That is so true. Yeah, actually, I went live today because I needed to talk about the fact that oneus is releasing their album the day before my birthday. They truly said, happy early birthday. Matt, or is it happy birthday? Because it's coming out the day before my birthday. So is it just happy birthday? This is for you. Thank you so much, Oneus. I love you so much. Ah, how exciting. How's the first day back to work today? It was pretty it was pretty good, actually. It was really hectic, as I expected it to be, because we all have been off for 2 weeks. So like all of us are coming back in and now trying to catch up on 2 weeks worth of things. Um, so it was a little crazy and hectic, but it was pretty good overall. I will say I'm trying to be more motivated at work. Not to say I haven't been motivated this entire time, but like we have a lot of things happening this year at like my workplace, and I want to be like more like involved and more instead of kind of just like agreeing with everyone that like if I have ideas and stuff to like put them out there. So I'm trying to be more motivated at work, trying to be a bit more professional. Shion, let down your hair. So true. You said my name. That's true, I did. It was heavy for me, but went by really quick. Yeah, that was same. Same. Even though it was really like busy, it like flew by pretty fast. I do have a well, it's not a secret. I'm kind of scared of like who's watching right now. There are some things I can't say because if like specific people are watching, they're gonna know. And like I can't have that. I can't have that. I could say it just really quick. Ah, I'm so scared. Okay, you can tell us your secret yesterday. I know. I don't know. I'll tell you at some point. I can say though that I have a crush on someone, right? I actually work with them. We like work at the same place. So, um, I don't know if that like tied into it because like I was like I get to see my crush today. I didn't really see him for that long, but it was enough for me. um, but I don't know if that's like also why I was so excited to go back to work. Not that like I hadn't just seen them recently. Okay, I need to stop because if some people are watching, they're gonna know. I can't. I can't. How's your future boyfriend? Yeah, they're doing great. That's why I use a wrong emoji. What do you mean? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Wrong emoji. I figured that's how a lot of people meet nowadays or dating apps. That's true. I've tried dating apps. I realize I don't really like them. Um, just because like my style of like um I don't want to say dating, but kind of just like what I prefer is that I like to be like friends with somebody first or close enough to where like we're like maybe close acquaintances just so like I know a bit of their personality like on just a normal basis outside of like trying to hype themselves up to be like a good partner or whatever. I like to just know how they are naturally, and so I like to sort of that's kind of why I feel like I want to be friends with them first. Like dating apps, it's like you're meeting because like you're trying to date, but I don't like that. I don't like just kind of jumping into things like that. Just feels so insane to me. um because like I've tried dating apps, and that's how I realized I'm like, yeah, I don't like this. I don't like because like when you meet someone specifically for like a date, it feels like they're kind of like performing a little bit because they want you to see them in a nice way, so they're not really acting like their normal self. Whereas if you were like friends with somebody first, it's like you see how they are on just like a like very naturally, and you don't really see any of that like performative stuff. So dating apps unfortunately are just not for me. How my sister met her boyfriend, it was through VR chat, and they were friends for years and they started dating. Yeah, see, like I'd have to be friends with somebody first or know them for like a long time. I got lucky on a dating app, Facebook, but they ended things due to not seeing eye to eye, you know, like in a future mature way. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, see, there's that too. I don't know. I think I don't think too long term. Like, if I was to like start dating somebody, I wouldn't think like, you know, I feel like crazily enough, I could date somebody and know that it's not going to be like, um, what's the word? That we're not going to like get married. You know, it would just like, I would appreciate it in the time. But maybe like after a while, be like, if we're getting to the point where like maybe we need to like venture off into our own ways, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But I think I could date somebody without having the goal to be married to them. I think I could do it. Got the scoop on your sis. Agree with you 100%. I don't understand dating apps because you're just meeting the person and getting to know them and all that stuff. I'm like, for what? My boyfriend and me were friends since kindergarten. Yeah, see, that's like fun. That would be really nice. There's only one person that I've known like since like, well, I know a lot of people from like childhood, but there's only really one I think that I'm like interested, well, not currently, but like I've been interested in, and that's the person that I had like a crazy long situationship with. And like I feel like that time has just passed. So, oh my god. What the heck, bro? He just barged into my room, flung my door open. He needs something from me. Okay. I think long term after the first year, if stuff went well and understanding. That's true. What? I feel like a lot of people nowadays don't have that understanding or patience. That's true. I have a friend that we've been friends since 5, so 20-year relationship. I mean, that's long term. My dog used to open doors all the time around the house. My cat does that too, but he like flings the door open. So the door came flying open when he came in. Oh my god, he's just laying there. Alright, I did say I was gonna end stream. Okay, and I fear that we are at the time. I mean friendship, I mean gay. No, I mean not in a gay way. Like any relationship that you have with somebody is a relationship, even if it's friendship, even if it's like family members, like all this stuff, like they're all relationships. That's just how it is. And that's long term, okay? It's a long time to be friends with somebody. Anyway, before I get too derailed, I'm going to end the stream for the night because also this guy needs something. He said, will you be alive tomorrow night? I sure hope so. Will I stream? I don't know. I'm trying to stream based on wrong emoji. Right. I'm trying to stream based on like vibes and like how I'm feeling. And so I might stream tomorrow too. Maybe if I do stream tomorrow, we'll either do like another short stream or I'll do like an audio only stream. Should I? Because those are secret streams. So we can talk about anything and everything in those. I don't know. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. But if I don't stream tomorrow, I think I'll try to stream the day after that. Is that Wednesday? I'll try to stream in the next couple days for sure. Putting notifications on. Thank you so much. This live's public? Yeah. So the lives like with the video are always like public. I put them in a playlist on my channel. Unlisted. In a playlist on my channel. But when I do audio only streams, I try to keep them, I private them after. So I call them secret streams because you can't see the VOD after the stream is over. All day stream? I can't do an all day stream. That would be crazy. That would be insane. You want me to yap for 12 hours? Bro just went to sleep on my floor. Anyway, so if I don't stream tomorrow, I'll try to stream the day after that. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for tuning in today, for hanging out with me, for chatting and all this stuff. Um, I hope, jeez, I almost died. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. I hope you have a good day tomorrow, or you're having a good day right now, or you had a good day today. And I will see you guys all in the next stream. All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. Good night.